It was 2:47 a.m. over the frozen Volga River. Snow hammered the radar domes outside Samara as a lone Russian operator watched faint flickers on his screen. Blips he thought were just storm noise. He was wrong. Those flickers were Ukrainian kamikaze drones, cutting through the storm, and in the next hour, they would do what no army in history had done: turn Russia's greatest weapon, its winter, against itself. For centuries, Russian winter crushed every invader, from Napoleon to Hitler. But that night, it became a trap of its own making. The drones weren't fighting the brutal winds. They were using them, surfing the storm toward one of Russia's most protected assets, the Veshka substation, a $200 million power hub feeding central Russia. The Ukrainian plan was born from 2 weeks of satellite analysis. They discovered something extraordinary. The extreme cold had made Russia's giant transmission lines brittle as glass. If they could reach them, even a modest explosion would shatter the steel. But that meant flying 700 miles through the deadliest airspace on Earth, and through the storm Russia believed was its shield. At 11:47 p.m., 5 Lyutyi drones lifted off from Ukrainian soil. Their fuel range was 620 miles. Their target, 710. They flew low, just 80 feet above the frozen ground, invisible to radar. Then came their first trick: a fine aerosol mist that cloaked 5 targets as one. To Russian radar, they looked like a harmless drifting cloud. But physics was still against them. So the AI inside each drone made a daring adjustment. Instead of fighting 40-mile-an-hour crosswinds, it rode them, thousands of micro-movements per second, turning the storm into fuel. Efficiency soared 30%. The impossible 700-mile flight suddenly became possible. For 2 hours, the ghost cloud slid deep into Russian skies. At 1:47 a.m., Russia's Nebo-M radar, a massive low-frequency system, picked up something strange, a slow-moving cloud that didn't belong there. It couldn't see the drones, but it saw the fog. A Panzer S-1 missile battery got the order: investigate. A single missile screamed upward, Mach 3, straight into the cloud. The explosion tore the mist apart. One drone gone instantly. The others, exposed, visible, hunted. For the first time that night, the Russians knew something intelligent was inside their borders. But the Ukrainian AI had one more move ready, a trick buried in pure physics. The 4 surviving drones banked together, turning 90 degrees, flying sideways to the radar beam. To the Panzer's Doppler radar, their velocity toward it dropped to almost zero. Instantly, the radar computer erased them, assuming they were just static ground clutter. One of the most advanced Russian systems had just been fooled by geometry.